kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me. First crash. Hey Squids! We are riding to North Beach today. I was supposed to meet with a couple of guys and I had some problems in the morning and I didn't catch up with them. They're heading to North Beach. It's a decent little place to come and chill out. It's a beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees. This is called Queen Anne Road. And the V-Strom just loves these type of roads, you know, like the little side roads like this. This is a 25 miles an hour zone, so I'm going 47. A lot of people that I've ridden with think I'm just very slow around corners, and maybe that's true. But I'm just kind of paranoid about getting hit by a car. Because, you know, like if there's somebody coming out of a driveway, they're not going to be able to react in time. So you're going to be out of luck. You're going to have to depend on your braking ability or... Oh, look at this turn. Nice and short. Now this is dangerous because, look, it's a nice little turn, but it goes into a stop. And there's a big truck coming. And this is the reason why you have to be careful. If that truck was going where I was heading, like, you would have to react pretty quickly. Did you see that car with a shark fin? So that's why you have to be careful. If that semi was going the opposite way and I was going around the blind turn and I was going just a little bit too fast, that could have been the end of me, and you would probably see it on video. It's kind of funny, if you take your time to kind of look around, you will see like weird stuff in people's lawns. Here we go. This is Patuxent River Road. Road closed, local traffic only. Flood area. Let's see what's down here. Now it says that road is closed, but we'll see. I love having these roads all by myself. But remember, you don't want to get caught by the police, or most important of all is not to hit a car. And if you ever go over the double yellow lane, I told people, oh nice, cyclists. And don't hurt cyclists, man. It's very, and you'll always be at fault if you hit a cyclist. You just have to be careful riding these back roads. Make sure you see through. You can see through the corners, but I love riding like this when there's hardly anybody on the road. And I don't feel pressure to go faster. You know, sometimes when you're riding in a group, you could have pressure to go a little bit faster than you're comfortable. And I think that's what a lot of people end up hurting themselves. I like to go into turns a little bit slower. Some of my friends like to go a little bit hotter into corners, but I like to kind of slow down a little. Always brake. You know, there used to be a time I never braked while riding, but I find that it's a little bit healthier to do that. I just stopped to pee here, and look at this. People are just disgusting animals. They come here and just dump trash. It kind of ruins like the entire place. Hey, I had a guy I think crash here one time on a group ride. I don't think I was leading it, but whenever there's like a big group of riders, things can go sideways, guys. Yeah, we're kind of like near Annapolis. This is a great little road. Very casual ride. It feels almost like you're in a big state park because there's no like lanes or hardly any signs anywhere. And there's very limited houses. Here's like the broken yellow. You see I slowed down for that turn because it kept sharpening up. These roads are just really, really nice. I like these kind of a little bit less twisty roads because you can look at the scenery. Even though I'm kind of concentrating more on the road. This route to North Beach is great. I bet my friends are going to go this way too, because it's a very popular road. But not a lot of motorcyclists other than cruisers go this way. Tons of like little great roads everywhere, and this is one of the bigger roads. So when I'm looking at my GPS, I'm looking for other side roads because I don't want to be all over the main roads. This is where I wanted to go. Where does this go? Sometimes it goes through gravel and stuff like that. That's why I like the DL650. It's just a very flexible bike, very intuitive to ride, and you know, pretty much this is a beginner's bike. It's very hard to kind of get in trouble with it. You know, it definitely has enough power to get in trouble, but it's a very easy bike to ride. This should be Galesville, Maryland History, Galesville Heritage Museum and Garden, 1 mile. I don't remember ever coming here. Galesville, where the past meets the present with a promise. I think I've been here. Yeah, I think I've been here once. Oh, this is very nice. Look, people are out in the water. Yeah, this is very cute. This is a nice little area. Very cool. Well, that's a tour of Galesville. There was a hot girl smoking in her car. Imagine the prices here are expensive to buy a house. I mean, I'm sure on this little section might be, but I don't think it is. It's so far out. I mean, 30 minutes from DC, but still, who wants to commute this distance? Well, that's Galesville, guys. Alright, here we are at Sudley Road. And Sudley to the left. Let's see. Okay, clear. So I bet this is a road that's frequented by cyclists as well. And you can see there's trucks coming the opposite way. You have to be very careful, because look at that, they do take quite a bit of space, and you definitely don't want to run wide on these corners. I actually don't feel it's boring to ride slow. Like on my C3, I would love to ride around here, and these are really good roads. But you know, that's one of the problems, is that, by the way, I can go a little bit over. This is where I think one of my riders crashed. It was that road. It is kind of tricky. It's a left, a very tight left, and then a right. But yeah, Sudley Road. Definitely recommend this road. I usually put waypoints down when I like a road, or if there's like something to be careful. Like this is very tight right here. And remember, it's not even marked. You know, this bike, it's pretty quiet, but when you get on it, it tends to be a little bit loud. Look at that tight corner, and it's not even marked. So these corners, it's a little deceiving, because they look like they're kind of like a little bit more open, but they're kind of tight. Tracy's Creek. I do like these little roads, but they're a little bit more on the technical side because they're so narrow, and you have to constantly be paying attention to what's ahead. You see these hills? I don't speed up too much on them unless I know that it's clear the other coming from the road. I'm also paranoid about these wet spots on the road. Trot's Branch Watershed. These signs are always what you're looking for on the road. A little twisty. Oh, and it goes up too. Very nice. I downshift and then I hit it. Same thing here. I always like, if I'm riding a little bit more spirited, then I'll definitely keep my gears down and just rev it up a little bit more. This way, like, you have some engine braking to play around with. It's a lot more stable than hitting your brakes. Right now I'm not really hitting my brakes because the engine has got quite a bit of give, and it slows you down for the corners. I don't even know what gear I'm in, but honestly, the V-Strom is so good, and the engine is such a nice gem of an engine that you can just leave it in any gear and it'll be really good. Look at that. That's very... Yeah, it's a big bay. Yeah, well, it's the Chesapeake, so it makes sense. And a cyclist going north. And this is very tough for them. This is a pretty big hill. I have a lot of respect for cyclists. You know, I do a lot of cycling, but man, look at this hill. Like, you cannot see how steep it is, but it is pretty steep, and it goes on for quite some time. Even right now, it looks flat in video, but it's still climbing. I don't know exactly the altitude, but coming from DC to North Beach and then eating at a restaurant here and basically just eating some crabs. There's a lot of crab places here. I think this is cuter than Galesville. Yeah, North Beach has become a little bit more popular of lately because I think people are starting to realize it's a really nice area, a really good destination to come to, and people are flocking here in the summer and spring. And quite a few restaurants to eat. Plaza Mexico, that's a good place. Sweet Sue's. I would love to own a house like this with a view of the bay or the ocean. But I think this is big money. And they have garages too, so man, that would be awesome. They have really nice houses here. North Beach. And this is pretty much North Beach. There's a little bit more town back there, but this is a nice little place to come and relax. Park here on the motorcycle. Apparently, those guys are at the Mexican restaurant. Plaza Mexico, that's it. Not enough space, or is there? Nah, I want to give the guy a little bit more space. Just finished eating at a Mexican restaurant here in North Beach, and now I found my buds here. They're fellow artists, and one guy is riding a R1200 GS up in the front, and then we have a F800 GS rider. So BMW boys, in a way it's much easier to be behind. I think a lot of people, when you ride in groups, the guy in the front is really, he's got the pressure on him, and he has to be a very good rider because the guy in the front is reading the roads, and the people behind are kind of like looking at the cues that he gives, because if something happens and he like swerves, you can kind of tell there's something up. Look at that, that's very nice. You can see the water. There's like a really nice house over there. That's beautiful. See, that's what happens when you have money, guys. Make sure you work hard. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so I can get like a big following and I can make money in places by the water, like those rich YouTubers. The DL650 makes such a good bike. I mean, this thing costs $2,000. And you can still have plenty of fun with all of these guys riding much more expensive bikes. Well, deja vu, we are back to Galesville with the guys. Who knew we were going to be ending up in Galesville again? Let's see if we can all fit here. He's got a flat tire right there, the Cruiser. He loves life. Very positive. I wish I was that positive. Oh man! That's funny. Oh, that felt good to accelerate with him. Oh, man. No, that was pretty fast. That was a good pickup. It's so funny. Like, these motorcycles are so fast. Even like these slower dual sport bikes are pretty darn fast. I actually feel my brain going towards the back of my skull. That's fun. I love hitting twisties, man. Especially twisties with like a bunch of friends. That's always the best. This is the kind of cushion I need to leave with the bike in the front. He's definitely a little bit more spirited with his riding. It's definitely easier to ride behind people like him because he can show me the way. If there's anything up ahead, I see it through his body movements. But now that real estate in the area has gotten more expensive, there's a very limited amount of inexpensive houses. It's very depressing. I like it when he speeds up. That's fun. I definitely like the spirited riding. I hope he doesn't think I'm being an asshole, you know, riding with him like so close. But man, this is fun. Oh, he's speeding up. Let me see if I can catch up. Yeah, that bike definitely has a lot more speed. 15 miles an hour. This is a very tight corner here. Yeah, it's much easier being the guy behind. His bike definitely pulls a lot more than mine. He like loses me. Man, this is fun. You know, another thing that people don't realize is that the leader is really doing so much work for you. Me, I'm just concentrating on the road. But if I was leading, I would have to like navigate as well. So if you're navigating and you're leading, you have to be a little bit more careful. Man, this is fun. I like the little burst of speed. Ah, that was fun. That bike sounds really good too. It's different than, look at that, look at that. First gear, I hit the rev limiter. Oh yeah, man. Even the DL650, I mean, that is a tough bike to catch. He just has a lot of power, man. Yeah, that bike has got so much torque. I have to keep telling myself, man, the DL650 is really a great bike. I mean, I'm able to keep up with these guys on bigger bikes. That was fun. I like some speed. I think this is the reason I sold my big bikes to get like a Ninja 250, because I was getting in trouble. That's why I'm the Motard Squid. It's a good pace. Oh, let's see him pull. I thought he was going to pull. I just wanted to keep up. Well, Squids, I hope you liked this ride. This was North Beach. Definitely worth coming to if you live in the DC metro area. It's a good time, good restaurants. If you can get a bunch of riders to go with you, all the better. Motorcycling for me is kind of like a group activity. I really enjoy riding with people, seeing everybody's personalities on the road. People have a very like eccentric personality when they're out on their motorcycles, and I really enjoy that. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I'll see you in the next video, alright?